here. Interesting compositions all around. Double initiator for the attackers here. And on the defender's side, we're seeing double duelist with a Reyna. Interesting choice, Reyna. Not super. How do I put this? Definitely more of a ranked character, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you talked about some players, I talked about some players, but just looking at the ranks for these teams because they're all over the place when you kind of look at them throughout the entire tournament. You talked about Capital, highest ranked player on their team, Diamond 1, with Rizz has two Diamond 1 players in this one. That is Super Polar Bear and Bora Queen, who I believe is Super Bori Burr
I believe.
in the game. So we have some really high players, high ranked players for this tournament on these two teams. With Rizz though has a little bit of the advantage is that everyone on their team is either diamond or gold, while with on promotion there is whatever the hell their team name
Premonition.
is. Yeah, Premonition. They do have one unranked player of Star Platinum.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yes. Well, we'll see how this goes. A lot of this early killjoy utility gonna go down on A site for the defenders. Turret gonna be in this corner, just letting them know if anybody crosses. But this Reyna's pushed up very aggressively right now, gonna be going into mid. Much further, and the attacker killjoy will let them know that somebody is there, but there's also a Fade looking down through mid. Greninja on this angle. Gonna back off shortly here. And the point of first contact will very likely not be mid. The attackers will back off of A site. 3 people were going in that general direction, but now it kind of looks like they're walking the other way.
Yeah, you know, right now, like you said, 3 people initially went A. They rotated all the way back to B, and it does look like with Rizz is now starting to rotate the majority of their team towards it. They still have 2 kind of hanging out at mid, but the rest have kind of rotated towards B right now as this attacking team has started to take the site.
Oh, they're pretty solidly on site at this point. Spike plant will go down. The Astra in a little bit of danger with this health involved, but both of the smokes are going to go down, and Greninja's going to get caught out for it. Players are in this hallway in the back of the site, but Music Aficionado will go down first. Good shots from Delirious onto the Jet counterpart. Choice who won will find one more, but I don't think it'll be enough. And the defenders will get the defuse and take this first round. I need to be reminded which team is which now. Like,
with Rizz is the defending team. I am fairly confident about
yeah,
that.
You're right.
But yeah, like I kind of said, they really played the sites there smart. They had 2 people watching mid, 1 person watching A, and 2 people watching B at the initial start of it. However, you know, as we saw the attacking team kind of go into that A site and then rotate back, they did have a couple, or Rizz did have, you know, some of those people from mid rotate back to A. And however, once there was really no kind of follow up off that initial pressure, they just assumed and guessed correctly that they were going to be that the attack team was going to be going B, and they put the numbers on B to make it work for them.
For sure. Really well played on the defender's side there. I also think it was a little bit of a I don't want to say a misplay on the side of the Astra, because they played correctly. Yeah. The stars were in the right places, the smokes were up. It's just they weren't there like quite long enough. You maybe wanted to work a little bit faster because the Fade gets caught out there. But either way, we're into this next round. It's all pistols up against a full buy. This is what we call a little bit of an eco round. A bonus round, I believe, is the actual phrase. And oh my god, Grant is fragging right now. 3 people are down. Capital is going to find a double kill. Very low health, but that at very least puts a lot of pressure onto the economy for next round. Super Polar Bear will find the final kill, however, and the second round will go their way.
Yeah, they don't find them.
Yeah, but you know, even with Grant being one of the members of this with Rizz team to die in that last round, they picked up 3 kills before. So you're talking about the economy for them, at least, not necessarily a big deal with them dying there. Those kills they got will kind of, you know, keep them alive through this one. But right now, 2-0 lead with Rizz. The economy, as you can kind of see, you know, we have a Bulldog, a Spectre, 3 Spectres actually, and a Marshall for some reason. While Premonition here coming out with it actually a full buy. So in my opinion, this is actually a round that Premonition, even being down 2 here, should have some advantage in.
No, yeah, this is just generally speaking what we call the bonus round, right? This is the round where, like, you have the economy advantage. You light buy in round 2 after you lose round 1 so that you can afford to fall by. Everybody has all this armor, everybody has the rifles. You can reliably one-shot while they cannot. And that's the crux of this. They're going to be pushing slowly onto A site to get KO this orb, one step closer to that null command. Very, very good, by the way, when you're attacking into a Killjoy. But either way, they make an interesting maneuver here. The Killjoy stays in A main with the spike. By themselves, they look to be aggressing further with the rest of the team, but they've got to be really careful that they don't lose too many people in too many bad areas. Marshall is going to be looking down this sight line here. And Gatsu will eventually be forced away.
Yeah, right now.
Shots. Oh, good headshot! Capital goes down.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, right now we did see a little bit of a slow push there, or just slow rotate through mid to B from Premonition, but now they finally are starting to get it going. And you see with Rizz now getting all their members to the B side right now. However, Premonition here going to be planting the spike.
If they get it down, 14 seconds in the bank, they're just fine. Choisu Wan goes into this hallway here. It's going to catch out the Reyna, potentially the Jet as well. 1v1. Oh, will fall. This Jet now in the hallway on the flank with a rifle. Potentially huge. Very little health, though. It is a 3v3 scenario. The Killjoy's still alive. They can just play post plant at this point.
Yeah, and with
one enemy remaining.
With them losing Hagel and Delirious there, it makes it all up for Super Bori Bear, though. But they fall, and we finally see Premonition here get their first point here after a round that, like I said, going into this one, it was pretty much in their favor. Rizz did not buy there, as you see a full buy coming out for them, but their economy, even after that full buy, is in shambles. While you look at Premonition here, you know, other than Chusuan, their economy is pretty stable at the moment. Gatsu needs to get some kills this round to give them some little bit of a confidence with their economy going into next round if they do lose this one, however.
Yeah, this is a pretty important round going forward for both of these teams, because obviously the economy isn't looking... I would say it's not looking great on either side. You're only looking at like 2K for 3 players of the attacker's side. But either way, it's still just an important round either way. If you lose this round as the defenders right now, you are in a lot of trouble. Capital, though, gonna be one of the better players on this team, as we've seen previously. I will point out, by the way, the null command is in play. If they choose to use it here, then B site is really, really hard to hold.
Yeah, you can see every little piece of utility that Rizz has thrown down on this B site. Only one person sitting at A. Kind of three of members of Rizz watching A, while one is also peeking there at B. Grant and I believe the Sova just kind of sitting there watching it. It does look like this Premonition team maybe wants to try to rotate back to A. However, Rizz is kind of set up good to kind of deal with any rotations they want to make here late.
For sure, and it kind of looks like we're going to be going to A site for the first time this game. The Delirious Dev seems to be ready for it. That was a very bad time to get suppressed with the Jet. Tried to dash away, but unfortunately could not. The null command coming in at just the right moment. Now, finally goes down. The plant is down, but they're at a numbers disadvantage.
You should run.
There's absolutely no way they're able to pick the KO back up either. And with that lockdown, though, that could be the important factor here. If they don't shut that down in the next 4 seconds, then they just lose the round, but it gets destroyed! They can't play post plane anymore. It's all on Greninja in the 1v4. Takes down Grant, but the defuse is being stuck. Greninja, you can't! Oh, no. And losing that, you do take down the Killjoy. But an absolutely crucial econ round there goes the way of with Rizz.
Yeah, I mean, Rizz there absolutely needed that to go exactly how it did to give them some sort of economy. Delirious kind of lacking with it. Same for Grant at the moment. Gonna have to rely on some teammates here to kind of help them out. But now you look at Premonition's econ here, and you see them pretty much going into full save here. Stingers, Marshals, Sheriffs, they're teasing right now. Some just deciding to go straight with the pistol too. Gonna stick only with that pistol. And looks like they're gonna maybe potentially go mid here. The first time we see him actually commit to a mid rush here.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure going out in this area, but no kills out of that one, unfortunately for them. And now there's not a whole lot of pressure on site here, and they know that, so they can just get a quick spike plant down. The smoke is going to prevent this from being stopped at all. The defender Killjoy will go down. But you can't keep them that far away. It goes down, but look how far the radius is. They're still able to play down B main. Just down this hallway. But he gets caught out by that, and they just rush onto the site.
Premonition, all 5 members went right back up to B main, and you know, we could see already Delirious here faking that defuse, while one member of Rizz is gonna try to distract 3 members of Premonition here.
Oh, that eye was big. That eye was absolutely big. A couple picks going both ways. Delirious Death starts to defuse. Gonna get tapped down a little bit. Music Aficionado gonna find another shot with this Marshall. Absolutely big. Spike is halfway done, but it blows up in their face. A couple players will die to the explosion, but I believe everyone is going to be fine in the economy department. 3-2 now.
Yeah.
In favor of with Rizz.
Yeah, and almost basically an economy kind of flipper there for those teams. With Rizz now looking like they're going to potentially do a little bit of a save round here, while Premonition here get a full buy out, except for Music Aficionado, still sticking with that Marshall at the moment. But with Rizz, just not what you wanted to see from a round where they had everything in their favor to start. They just left that B site wide open for some reason and just did not work out for them there.
Yeah, the moment they saw an opportunity, all they had to do was just rush on to the B site and plant. They were fine. Like, they didn't have to worry about anything. And they get the plant down and just stall out long enough that nothing Rizz could do mattered. And now going into the next round, once again, they continue to feed these orbs towards the KO. Very important to note that specifically, because KO's ultimate arguably is the best into the composition they're playing against. Again, I say, that no command just shuts down every piece of Killjoy utility. It is extremely powerful going into this character.
Finally starting to see some noise being made here at the A site, as Premonition looks like they're going to try to get an A plant here, while everyone on Rizz is starting to rotate that way. Capital, though, finds the first kill, and they find Super Polar Bear. That's a huge pick to find.
They know where the Killjoy is now, too. The Haunt goes back there. Greninja knows exactly where to push, and Gatsu gets the plant down. Falls just at the end, though. Polar with this Spectre in the back of the site.
One enemy
will get
remaining.
pinched. Takes down Capital. Good pick. Good trade, but it won't be enough. A stinger in the hands of Delirious Dev. A prayer, a hope, and a dream, and a pick on the Music Aficionado. But there's still 2 more to worry about. The first, Greninja. Gonna be right here.
One enemy
Very
remaining.
killable. Down. Will fall. Gonna smoke that out. Flash goes out. The KO is gonna spam through the smoke, hopefully. They both find bullets onto each other, I think, and eventually Choisu1 will find it. We're even, 3-3.
Yeah, what a great round there from Premonition. Choisu1 just sitting back, letting that jet for Rizz there of Delirious make the first move on trying to get that plant, or I mean that defuse off there. Waited out the bait once, did not buy it on that second time, and made the right choice by peeking there. Honestly, Delirious did a good job getting it down to a 1v1, but just the positioning of Choisu1 there was the key difference. But now, even on the scoreboard, however, Economy is now handily in the side of Premonition here. And, you know, they do have numbers going A. However, one looking mid, one looking B, and Bomb actually now rotating towards B. But Choisu1 finds an early kill onto the top fragger right now for Rizz of Super Polar Bear.
Okay, see, that's a good pick, yes. But you're still not gonna go to A site off of that, because they've dropped the Viper's Pit on A main. There's no reason to push into that. You have no idea how many defenders could be in there. So obviously you're gonna be going right back to A site. The Jet will stay behind, looking for any flanks to watch out for. Delirious Dev is the only one on this B site, though. Why would you not? This seems like a pretty crucial misplay. from the defenders right now. The knives come out, will find
Spike
Gatsu, but
down,
that will be the only pick Delirious Dev is able to find. Spike will once again get planted, and now the no command is in play for next round, crucially enough. 3-3, 2v3.
But at the moment, Premonition does have the numbers advantage. Health advantage, though, not much of a difference in that one. However, that numbers advantage, like I said, they have to try to play into that a little bit. 2v3 here. Super Bori Bear and that Killjoy last alive for with Rizz here. They need to find an early pick onto one of these members for Premonition. But Super Bori Bear just makes the mistake in capital. 2 headshots to end the round here. What a round here for Premonition.
And that's the first lead they've had in this entire game so far. They finally go up 3-4. Really, really good stuff on their side so, thus far, at least. Just playing out of their minds at the moment. Just fantastically played all around. And again, I say, that had to be a misplay. I really hate to call it that way, but you dropped the Viper's Pit on A site, and they knew that. So why would they not go to B site? Why was Jet the only one there? You needed somebody else there to back her up, and that's part of why you lost that round. But either way, we go into the next. Delirious Dev this time will find the opener. Music Aficionado will fall.
I mean, right now,
Warrior is pushed up super far right now.
I mean, that was how we saw the Jet for Rizz find their first kill. They pushed up almost straight into the spawn once those walls went down and got that first kill. And now you kind of see Premonition here teasing an A push, but now like they've been doing so often this entire game so far, slowly rotating back to the other site right there. Did they possibly hear that Super Bori Bear was back there? Gatsu able to find them. That's an interesting thing. I would be surprised if they could have heard them.
Bring them down.
Greninja sees the haunt destroyed and knows exactly that somebody is there. The lockdown will fall in this exact positioning here. Grant will fall. Stinger not going to be able to find a kill here, and with those, you are safe to plant.
30 seconds.
It is on the Reyna, and you cannot push into this right now. They don't know exactly where she is, but they got a pretty good idea, and that turret's gonna give them an even better idea. The no command going down as well. The suppression onto the Reyna. Won't be able to heal even if they get a pick. It's onto Gatsu with such little HP. Once again suppressed. 19 health to speak of. It looks away at just the wrong moment. Super Polar Bear just barely cannot get back up, and the res will not come through, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but that poor Choi. Yeah, I can't say anything else there. Poor Choi.
I mean, 4 straight round wins here for Premonition. Economy still handily healthy for them. Slowly starting to get back there for Rizz. Rizz really needs someone to kind of pop off this round whose name is not Super Polar Bear at the moment. 12 kills, highest one on the scoreboard for them. The next 2 players below them have 12 kills combined. So like I've been saying, it's always a big pick when they're able to find Super Polar Bear early, because that's been their main kill getter so far throughout all the games I've seen them. So if they can take out that one player there, they already are in such a better advantage overall, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And one little strange play. Okay, that's just a weird little looking in a weird spot for Choi Su-won. I won't sugarcoat it. That was weird. One little weird thing I would like to point out, though, is the positioning of the Killjoy utility this round. They've put a lot of it down in that hallway leading towards B from mid, which is a very strange spot to put it, to say the least.
Yeah, it really is.
I haven't really seen them push through mid at all, up to this point at least.
I think we've only seen Premonition go through mid that way only once, and it was, I believe, round 3 or 2. One of the
30 seconds
early
left.
rounds they lost, but I mean, it's interesting to see that come out there. However, you know, when they set up on B, it hasn't really helped them out that much.
Oh, the haunt doesn't get destroyed in time. They know where Super Bori Bear is, and he's gonna be tracked with that line on the ground for quite some time now. wall is still down. They have every advantage they need from an
Cutting their vision.
The eye will go through. The haunt will get intel that people are on site, but hey, that was kind of obvious. Shock dart down. The fuse starts. It gets halfway through. They're not stopping this yet. But finally, it will be stopped by the star. Pulling somebody off the spike, but I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this one. They will get the defuse. Despite the bloodbath happening after the defuse goes through. They do win the round. But at what cost?
I mean, at what cost is probably the question they're asking themselves right now. Yeah, they won the round to make it 4-5. However, 3 of the 4 members of with Rizz there dying after that round was over was not what they needed to have happen for them. Their economy still in absolute shambles at the moment. Hell, there was only 1 person that died for Premonition that round there. So even with them losing, it was not that big of a loss for them overall. I mean, but look, right now, you see them, they're doing this slow push towards A. This is basically how they start every round. They have 2 actually going mid right now, which is interesting. Normally they have 1 at least peeking B, but just both kind of watching that mid door right now.
Yeah, that door, lots of eyes on it at the moment, and a lot of eyes into A main directly. They know somebody's in flowers, but they are going to end up backing off. Music Aficionado somehow finding a pick onto that Viper. Super Bori Burr down almost immediately in this toss.
But that was a little bit of an unfortunate play coming out there from Capital. Greninja, though, able to find Super Polar Bear. Like I said, you get them out of the equation early in a round. I kind of give them the advantage. Super Polar Bear has been the main kill getter for this with Rizz team.
I'll also point out that they've given KO 2 ultimate orbs this round. If that does not tell you how heavily they are playing around having this spell command, I don't know what will. Just such a powerful ultimate, and it makes perfect sense. So they play it not at default, and it completely catches the Sova off guard. Gonna be using that Hunter's Fury in a completely wrong spot. Just gonna be poking down that turret. They don't know where anybody is right now. This Sova on the defense, just without the recon dart, I believe. Delirious Dev goes down.
1 enemy remaining.
They have no idea about this player in backside. Music Aficionado on 3 kills. Knows where the potential 4th is, but it will not go their way. Gatsu will find it, and it is now 4-6. 2 rounds left in the half.
Everyone makes fun of German
Yeah, like you said, they're letting that one character get 2 ultimate orbs. It plays such into how they want to play, and honestly, like Premonition here, after struggling in those first 4 rounds, have won the last 5 out of 6 here. Like, they've really come alive here, and with Rizz, really has not had a good response. And hell, look at the kill spread here for Premonition. They have everyone within 1 kill of each other here. A full stack on A site. For Rizz here. If they go B right now, they have a wide open sight.
They know how much the KO wants this orb. They're pushing. Delirious Dev will find Aficionado, and Chorsu 1 will be the next to fall. Not before Super Polar Bear goes down, but they know nobody is here. They'll get a free plant on B site. The post plant is now in play, but they gotta be careful. They have no idea where these could come from, and honestly, they might just. Okay, they take some time to start moving over there, but eventually they do. For a moment, I thought they might try to start saving or something, but there wouldn't really be a point to that. Hiding in the smoke, gonna find 2-3 picks. Hiding in the smoke, back sight. Capital with a potentially absolutely a round-winning play. Got to finding the 1 HP Jet who just peeks around the corner. They knew exactly where she was gonna be. Delirious Dev had no chance. Capital with the play of the match so far, at least.
Almost a 4K or a 4 kill just spree right there 8 HP off it. That was all they were off of it from. But now, you know, they just extend their lead in many different ways at the moment. Look at that right now. 3 ultimates ready for Premonition. 3 ultimates ready for with Rizz as well. But with Rizz has really struggled lately. Yeah, they got that one kind of like little bit of a joke round, I want to call, where they got the bomb defused. But the main thing that happened that round after the bomb was defused is they lost 3 of their 4 members that were alive. Now, Premonition here, fully committing to B here at the moment. You do see the Jet going towards A, or at least trying to get some, try to make some noise over there. But 3 or 4 of the 5 members on B, 2 are starting to rotate away, however.
Yeah, they know that there's people on B site now. They saw the Sova recon dart, I would assume. They'll go out, and they'll push away. Music Aficionado, by the way, with this operator, I believe the first we've seen this game. And there are a lot of ultimates in play here, by the way. And the crucial ones I want to point out here are the attacker's lockdown and the defender's lack of a hunter's fury. That has in the past been the most consistent way of getting rid of a lockdown safely, but that's not an option here. This lockdown is absolutely gonna force with Rizz way off of the point.
30 seconds left.
Divider is gonna be the first thing that goes down. Blade Storm out.
You should
They're just popping everything. All 4 ults go down. What's the response here, though? Music Aficionado with the first big pick.
And it's on a Super Polar Bear, the main or the top fragger for with Rizz at the moment, leaving the rest of their team to try to pick up the slack here right now. But the bomb will get planted here. A lot of those ultimates still in play. And hell, you see one ultimate being used, or actually both ultimates being used by the with Rizz team right now as Grant is able to pick up Capital.
The defender Killjoy slapping down that lockdown. For Killjoy utility in play now. Gatsu falls. Somehow in all of that, they find a couple more picks. It's just Greninja with 9 HP, and they will not be able to find the remaining 2 players. And at very least, they scrape together one final round, and with Rizz, they'll bring it to 5-7. Way, way better scenario than a potential 4-8. Just statistically speaking, you're happy with that if you're with Rizz.
Yeah, especially with how the second half of that first round really went for you. You have to be extremely happy with that. You have to be saying, well, if they can do that on offense, we can do it as well. Now, with Rizz, gonna have to play this very smart now. Yeah, everything's even. Economy is all the same. With Rizz, though, I have seen them be very dominant on the offensive side or the attacking side of both maps I saw them play yesterday. Yeah, I'm with you here.
Production says we're good, so I trust production. Now, I did want to point something out real quick. The compositions we are seeing from both of these teams actually are very interesting to me. The double initiator composition of the Premonition, that's their team name. I remembered on my own this time. I didn't have to just say the attackers or something. But the double initiator composition absolutely favored them on attack. I'll be very interested to see how it does on defense. But either way you slice it, I think it's a better... I think both of these teams were better suited for attack. What is happening? All right. Hello, everybody. Yeah.
We're trying at the moment to receive the feedback from the lobby. But yeah, I mean... Right now, Premonition has looked very, very strong as the lobby, or at least the gameplay, looks to be back for us right now. Still 5v5 for both teams. With Rizz here, does have 3 of their members in mid, rotating back towards the B site. It does look like, though.
Yeah, it kind of appears so. Lots of that defender Killjoy utility once again on A site. Only one currently potentially affected by it is the Reyna, but then again, my screen is frozen. I don't know if anything new has happened. Our producer will be restarting the game in just a moment here, everybody. We are sorry for the technical difficulties we are experiencing currently.
Hey, sometimes they happen like that, but like, you know, with Rizz, even being down 5-7 going into the second half here, and getting that last win there, or that last round win there, is huge for them because, like you said, going down 4-8 going into the second half, not necessarily really favorable odds for you. Making it 5-7, yeah, it's still not favorable, but it makes it a little bit easier on you to at least try to claw your way back into it, because one round win for you in this first round kind of gives you the advantage going into the second round. And we did see him win those first 2 rounds while they were on the defensive side.
Yeah, they won the pistol. They won that second round where they had the economy advantage. They did lose the bonus, but that is just generally what happens, so you live and you learn. But hopefully for them, they'll see something similar happen here. And even if they go down in that third round of the half, they're still only down 1 round if they win the first 2. So we will be back momentarily into the match. When we do, we'll figure out if they won the first round or not. And if they lost it, losing that pistol round when you're down even by a couple rounds, that's pretty disastrous, Dex.
Yeah, it doesn't make you feel good, but with Rizz has to, try to keep their confidence up right now. Super Polar Bear, I've talked about them a lot throughout that first half there. They are their top fragger right now with Rizz. And whenever you see Premonition get the first kill and have it be Super Polar Bear, it kind of, makes it a little bit harder. But as we come back in, this is the worst case scenario, I imagine. The first 2 rounds went to Premonition. Now with Rizz down 4, and one more round win for Premonition, only gives them 2 away from game point.
Okay, but at the same time, they do, I would assume, have the gun advantage, right? Like, Music Aficionado is working on Marshall up into what is very clearly a Vandal from the enemy Sova there, very nearly dying. And yeah, Choice of only as expected. Capital's making it work, though! The Stinger is going to find a pick onto the opposing Killjoy. Very important pick to find. But a couple rifles are running out of the site. A couple mollies get popped. Gonna keep them from planting immediately, especially since the spike was so far away! Sova's running so far, as fast as possible. But they've got to everything has to go right for them right now. They're gonna be walking onto the site shortly.
Revealing area.
This fade could catch them out if all goes poorly. But they are gonna get this plant down safely eventually.
30 seconds
Music Aficionado will fall.
Spike
it is
planted.
just Greninja. Spectre in hand. Against 3 with rifles.
Yeah, 3v1, like you said, Spectre going up against ARs, but they find 1. Now, you just want to try to pinch them out, but Hagel able to take them down, and that is a huge round win there with Rizz. Finally able to get 1 here in this second half. Their economy actually does kind of look a little bit healthy here at the moment. However, some members of that Premonition team, over 5K credits.
Yeah, it's that's just how it works, like you light by in the second round because you won the first round of the half, and then you have a slight gun advantage, you win the round. But then you can't afford to full buy in the third round, and the enemy team can because they've all died and got bonus money. So then in the fourth round, you have money because you didn't buy in the third. And this is when the guns actually start to look even, right? It goes pistol round, 2 rounds of not even. That's simple.
Music Aficionado letting with Rizz know they are there. Spike not being carried by anyone currently on with Rizz as they're trying to decide which site they want to go to. A site heavily utilized up with a lot of stuff. B site only really being watched by that Jet, but Music Aficionado gets taken out.
Nice early pick. Capital is gonna answer back. Both Jets have fallen. Gonna go down real early in this round. Both teams losing a duelist. One team still with a duelist, but how effective they'll prove to be remains to be seen. The round score is very important to pay attention to here. Premonition has 9. If they go up to 10,
30
then
seconds left.
that's the danger zone.
Calling
That's
my
where
bot.
you're in a lot of trouble. Wait, look at where the Viper's playing. This Viper's up pushed so far into mid. And there's only really one player on a site right now. It's just the Astra. Anybody who tries to cross right now, they're gonna get this plant down perfectly safely, I think.
10 seconds left.
I don't think the Astra's gonna be enough to stop it. They have to walk away, but there is a safe spot to plant.
My ult's ready.
Capital will find one. Super Polar Bear falls. There's a lot of utility in place to prevent any of this from happening. The Viper's making the move, pushing forward. Gonna be behind everybody. They have no idea. It could be a slaughter. One falls. Super Bori Burr, the absolute most important player in the lobby right now, finds 3 from a flank. It's just Gatsu against 2.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but
Super Bori Burr will finally fall. Gatsu is here. The dividing wall is down.
Nowhere to run!
And you have to push forward. The Hunter's Fury! You know where he is! You will get the kill, but you cannot defuse the spike, and you will not escape. Everybody dies. Everybody loses their guns. But what a round from Super Bori Burr!
Yeah, what a round from them. Yeah, they might be currently sitting at the bottom of their team's leaderboard, but they were so clutch for them there to get that round win to only make it a 2-round deficit now. The economy, though, is kind of even across both teams right now. You're seeing some Spectres or some Stingers being bought by Premonition right now, while everyone on Rizz trying to buy an AR here. They are basically saying they need to win this round right now, and they're gonna look to try to do a little bit of a slow push like they did last time. I don't know if they want to try to go as slow as they did last time, but the same thing as we've kind of been seeing. A site is just loaded with utility stuff. B site does have more heroes there or characters there to kind of watch over it, but Music Aficionado gets kind of spotted out by that recon dart, dashes away to keep themselves alive. Now Hale gonna throw another dart down there. Not gonna be able to catch anyone out with that one, but does get the orb there.
Yeah, the orb, interestingly, going to that Sova. I guess it makes sense. Hunter's Fury is very important for post-plant situations, and I guess just spamming to try to find people. But, I don't know, Killjoy was right there, and I would have rather you given it to her, but what's done is done. Either way, this current economic situation looks worse on paper. But Choisu 1 is gonna find 2. He says, fuck your economy.
30 seconds left.
I have a Spectre and I know how to use it.
One enemy
Finding
remaining.
3! Hegel will fall. Finding a Phantom. They have the spike down. It is just down to Super Bori Burr. And the last time they were impactful, they had a massive flank and nobody knew where they were. But this time, they know exactly where he is. And Choi Soo-won will pick up 4 on the round.
So close there to almost making it interesting, but Premonition, yeah, they lost that first round, or they lost that last round there, able to kind of smartly buy there and got a lot of help there from Choi Soo-won, getting 3 kills with the Spectre, then picking up this AR, or the Phantom here towards the end, getting the final kill right there. 10-7 now. And look at what we're seeing with Rizz come out here. A Stinger, just a normal pistol, another Stinger, a Shorty, and a Marshall. This is a full save round coming out from them here, but this is a huge round for them. They need to have it go their way at the moment. One looking A, one looking B. Viper does put their Viper or their wall up on B, maybe to try to force some people out that way and have a little bit of a slow push towards A site, but right now we're seeing Hagel here in a little bit of a sniping duel with some of the members of Premonition.
Music Aficionado very nearly taking Hegel out of the picture there. The Guardian able to one-tap headshot anybody at any range, but no damage fallout. We're gonna see it right there. Super Polar Bear is the first to fall. The top frag for the team. Hegel will look for a trade here, but
I dropped the spike.
Not gonna get it yet. Grant is gonna drop this spike into a safer position while he peeks into this hallway. Capital surely could have found that pick on a slightly different timing, but fortunately with Rizz does not. 10 rounds is what they've got right now, and if they get another one, I already said that 10 rounds was the danger zone, because if they get to 11,
30
you
seconds
need
left.
to be perfect from that point on.
And now you start to see with Rizz here kind of slowly push into A. Look at all the stuff that Premonition does have on A right now. Like, A is just a little bit of a hard site to try to get into on, especially with Gatsu
Spike
picking
down.
up Grant there, who had the
10 seconds
spike.
left.
One Super Boy! It's just Delirious
One
Dev
enemy
on point
remaining.
right now. They won't get the spike. They'll go for it, but they won't get it. Hegel doesn't even have a rifle to save right now. They're just gonna try to find a pick here. They find one, but they cannot live, nor take a rifle into the next round. Finding one pick onto Capital is nice, but I don't think it'll be enough.
I got enough time to go into
So
the Astro
close
Vault.
there for Hegel to almost find Capital there, but a little bit unfortunate there, dying. However, you know, a full buy coming out here from with Rizz, absolutely necessary at this point. However, if they don't win this round or, you know, get enough kills, they're going to be very, very lacking coming into what could be the final round if Premonition is able to win here. 4 of the 5 members for Rizz, though, looking to go A at the moment. This is the most we've actually seen them kind of commit to a site since, I believe, maybe the 3rd or the 1st round we were able to watch. But Super Bori Bear,
You should run.
great start for them.
Really good start, and the Killjoy ultimate will go down as well. Lockdowns, both lockdowns in play. One of them further back site. These Molotovs, they're gonna prevent the spike from going down immediately. In fact, they're gonna prevent the spike going down at all. Really good counter lockdown from Gatsu. Because now they have to start from square one if they want to push onto this point. But this time, crucially, no Killjoy utility, no turret, no mollies. So they have to... It's a lot safer to get on. The drone goes over. They know nobody's lurking in that weird point behind. So Delirious Dev takes up position there. Gatsu in this hallway behind flowers. And the Viper's Pit goes down on point. That all but seals the round for the side of with Rizz. The turret goes down. They know somebody's here. Choice 1 will still fight 2 and 3. It's just a couple players on point. They can push into this Viper's Pit. They find the Viper. It's just a jet on point, and they will fall in a round where they had every advantage imaginable. They still lose. And now, on their map pick, Premonition are on map point.
Talk about a little bit of a caster's curse coming out there from yourself there.
Oh yeah, I'm horrible about those.
Saying that with that Viper Spit coming down, they pretty much had that round sealed up. But Choi Soo-won, as long as they are walking on this map, they keep their team in this, or any round in my opinion. 3 opening kills for them, and that started to get with Rizz kind of maybe a little bit panicky. You saw them try to walk out of that Viper's Pit ultimate, and it just did not work out for them there. That's not what you want to see happen for with Rizz. But now, game point, they had to force buy everything again here. But this time, 3 going B, at least at the moment, 1 going A, 1 looking mid.
Oh, that was almost really bad. You are so lucky you jumped there, because if you didn't, you were gonna get body shot, and that operator would have taken you out immediately. But the Reyna has worked her way into a weird spot, but this Killjoy is gonna catch you out here. No, Dev, not like this. Gatsu's gonna find the first pick. And this Killjoy is only on 5 health. But look at this! Look at how many players are in the enemy spawn! Super Bori Burr will find Gatsu. Massive pick. The A site is completely free. Hegel will walk on and plant with no problems whatsoever. Nobody is close. Nobody can deny this.
Spike planted.
And now, it's on them to retake.
Choi Soo-won and Capital still alive for this Premonition team. They have been the ones that have been very scary so far this entire map. They're still alive. I still believe they have a chance here. Capital looking at to find Hegel, and they do that. That's a great pick for them.
Capital dodged. He dodged the recon bolt. I don't know if you caught that, but he completely dodged the recon bolt. He's the only one left now. Playing into 3. Couple rifles on site. I think an SMG somewhere in the mix. Super Bori Burr will fall. The blind goes out. And I think Capital is just gonna have to try to run away. Yeah, they're gonna save the rifle. The round will finally go to with Rizz. And Capital will not escape. absolutely massive round. And now they have to drag it back.
Yeah, like you said, they have to drag it back now. They cannot lose another round here. 4 more rounds before we get to that overtime area right now. And they desperately need to have it go their way. Super Polar Bear leading their team right now, but there was a lot of help from a lot of their other team members that last round that got them that round win there. 4 more need to go their way. They look like they want to potentially go B. You see them pinging B right now. The only person on B right now is the Jet for Premonition. That's it. You see the rest of them favoring towards A and mid.
Okay, but that is not the start you wanted. Delirious Dev going down first, both last round and this round. They've scouted out the Jet on site. The Sova knows that she was there at very least. But now, there's even more players on the site. There's 3. A lot, very, very spread out are the players of with Rizz right now. And the Killjoy has to back off just a little bit. This turret is in a very weird spot, but it's a good spot. It'll
Honestly,
let them know if anybody peeks down B long.
Honestly, right now, if I'm that Reyna or of Super Polar Bear, start making some noise on A. Make them think you're rotating to A. Try to find a pick there. Have them commit some more members there for Premonition. But as you see, it looks like they're now going to go A. And at this point, you know, unless they decide to change their minds right now, there's not enough time for them necessarily to decommit from this A
30 seconds left.
rotate.
Nope. With 30 seconds left, they have to make this commitment and they have to stick with it. They don't have the time to run all the way across the map and plant at B site. This Killjoy, potentially the most crucial part of this whole round, in a central position on the site. A shock dart goes
10
down.
seconds left.
Killjoy utility is out of play. The alarm bot has been triggered. Gatsu is back site. Will cancel that recon bolt. The fatality comes out. They know where everybody is.
Spike
Hegel
planted.
plants the spike with less than a second remaining. Will fall. Capital with the stinger. Super Polar Bear finding the pick. The trade in return from Choice Who won. Turret goes down.
1 enemy remaining.
They know where everybody is. Super Boy Burr will find that. The Molly on point from Grant. Find another pick on a music aficionado, but I don't think they have more utility there. They will fall! And with that, Premonition will take their map pick of Pearl. 13-8. But that was one of the closest 13-8s I've ever seen.
Yeah, honestly, it really was. Even with Rizz kind of struggling there after those first 4 rounds just in the game, you know, they were still able to keep it close. They went into halftime. It was 5-7. Yeah, it ended 8-13, but they really did make it interesting throughout this entire game right now. I mean, just looking at this scoreboard right here, Capital Choice Who won, leading their team here. But like I even kind of said throughout this entire game, this Premonition team really did not have like a true top fragger. Yeah, Choice Who won did have the most kills on their team, but their kills are pretty evenly distributed throughout their entire team.
And I would argue that on both sides of this spectrum, everybody pulled their weight. There was not a single player who I would like point out as a weak link. Like even the bottom fraggers. The Sova was still one of the most impactful players on the entire lobby, and they only got 9 kills that game. 9! This is exactly what I love to see. I love to see everybody pulling their own weight. I love to see this game just played this well by so many players all at once. All 10 players in the lobby playing to their best ability. It has been fantastic so far. But our next map will be, I believe, Ascent. Yes, with Rizz picked Ascent. Premonition will start on the defensive side. And that's the thing, right? With Rizz, this is their map pick. This is what they decided they were most comfortable on. So it'll be interesting to see if they can bring it back here and take us to that third map, the Fracture Decider.
It'll also be interesting to see if, you know, we see either of these teams with going to Ascent here be a little, pick some different characters here. We saw a little bit last night with Rizz and Redacted. They made some swaps going into that second map of Icebox, and it worked out for both teams. Those 2 players that made swaps actually improved their scores from that first game. So I wonder if we're going to see some more swaps come out here from the teams.
It's pretty likely. Ascent and Pearl are very different maps, but so far we're seeing very similar picks. Choi Soo-won and Music Aficionado going with the exact same things they just picked on the last map. Capital going Omen is very different, though. The Omen over the Astra makes a lot of sense, though, considering Omen's just better on Ascent. Straight up. Like, there's not a whole lot of debate here. Ever since the Astra nerfs from when she was hard meta, it's just straight up more of an Omen map. Greninja on the Sova, unlike the Fade, I believe, from last map, which I'm personally happy about. One, because Sova is my favorite character in this game to watch, and two, because I only barely know what Fade's utility does.
I mean, I could say the exact same thing right now. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what really anyone does, but Super Boribur really the only one right now that hasn't at least teased who they're picking in this one. 4 of the 5 members for Premonition have locked in their picks. No one on Rizz yet has locked in their picks, even though I imagine the 5 we're seeing right now, we're gonna probably be seeing the majority of them right now. Everyone though locked in on Premonition side. With Rizz still trying to decide, maybe try to tease it and get a last second pick here, but no. We're seeing almost everyone lock in. Super Boribur going with that Killjoy, Delirious going with the Jet. You see an Omen, a Sova, and I messed up a name here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think you said Killjoy for Rizz.
Correct.
I mean, it's the lore, aren't they? Like, I'm pretty sure they're girlfriends in the lore. I don't know. I think there was a tweet that like the internet blew up about.
Hey man.
Where they kissed, but I don't know.
Hey man.
Yeah.
I don't know the lore, okay?
Yeah, I don't know the lore either, okay? I just saw it one day because one of my friends liked it or something. I don't remember. I'm spitballing here. You gotta understand.
All right, but you know, we go into Ascent here. This was a map yesterday that with Rizz did kind of struggle on early against Redacted, but ended up dominating them towards the end of that one here. They're going to be attacking to start off, and you know, they need to try to get some sort of momentum going here early. They were able to win the first 3 of the 4 rounds in the last map. However, after that, they only were able to find 5 more map wins throughout the last, I think, 17 rounds.
Sheesh. Yeah. All right, either way, the pistol round begins.
Music Aficionado.
Yeah, gonna be pushing super aggressively.
He bought the Sheriff.
Yeah, oh, there's a duel happening in mid, but both players are gonna back off, I believe, without hitting a bullet.
Shadows traveling.
That's how most of my games went. People would, in the pistol round, they'd go mid and either they'd stand there for 5 seconds and eventually die, or they'd just miss 3 bullets and leave. I don't know. I played this game a lot, like... The time period in which I played this game the most was the beta, like before Reyna existed. Good times.
Yeah, but right now, look. Just look at right now what Premonition is doing. B site is a lot like A site was last map. They have a lot of utility there. A site does mostly have more people kind of watching there. They do have 3.
Ooh.
Music Aficionado, though, does find the headshot onto Delirious to start everything off here.
Yeah, finally the first pick will go down. The attackers at a disadvantage. Delirious Dev is going to continue to look down that way and will be punished for their hubris. 30 seconds remain, and it is a 4v4. Neither team has their duelist. But a raise is still in play for the attackers.
Swarm grenade out.
Playing in mid. Looking somewhere for anywhere to use this. 12 seconds, and I don't know if they can safely play here.
Left.
They know that the Sova of Greninja is here. They gotta kill him. Okay, now they're gonna get the plant down safely. They barely got time to do it, and everybody goes down while the plant is happening. I didn't even notice the kill feed was like lighting up. I just completely missed that. First round goes the way of with Rizz.
We saw this happen last time with Rizz able to win that first round. However, with Rizz was defending first last time, so this is a good start for them. They absolutely needed to go their way. And yeah, like you said, you didn't really notice all the killing was going on because it seemed like everyone from Premonition was really trying to get to that bomb planter and was not just checking their sides there, checking the off angles, and it really ended up working out there with Rizz. You see him, a couple Spectres, a couple Stingers, a Spectre. I believe I saw a Bulldog and a Marshall as well.
Yeah, I think so, but just it makes sense. Once again, it's a force buy. You kind of force the strongest guns you can get in the second round, especially when you win, because you know the other team is holding on to pistols, because they gotta buy next round. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm like over explaining this. It's just it just makes sense, okay? Like they buy the 200 credit shorty and hope for the best. Meanwhile, Super Boriber has a rifle and will find the first pick.
But a couple trades going out, but again, with Rizz now on top, 4 to 2 right now with them. But this this pistol though with it, I believe it's alternate fire. Gatsu able to find Delirious.
I think it was. With the right click, it's gonna be able to find that. The plant goes down on A site while all of this madness is occurring.
Bot coming back.
The Omen, by the way, being the one to plant these spikes, getting a lot of their ultimate charged up already. Just barely under halfway. And that teleport is useful in a lot of situations. You can play this however passively they want.
But right now, I have to imagine Grant saw both of the members of Premonition up there. I would have to expect they know one of them's going to try to rotate through, but Music Aficionado does have a good angle here. Grant, though, does find Gatsu.
Gatsu dies. And finally, Music Aficionado will go down. Was really hoping to get a pick there, but didn't quite happen. One player on each. One player. Let me start that sentence over. They were... The team ace comes through. The team ace comes through. There we go. I'm losing it. I'm delirious.
Aren't we all? But right now, right now, like, let's be honest. This is a great start for with Rizz. They definitely need this map to bounce back here. This is the map they picked. You expect them to, kind of be where they are right now. Hagel, Grant, topping the leaderboards for them right now. That's a great sight to see because Super Polar Bear was the one that was kind of carrying them on the last map. Now, 2-0 series and Super Bori Bear finds Choi Soo-won. That was the best player for this Premonition side in the last map, taking them out early. Already gives them a great advantage as Greninja hits them with a yo.
That was a questionable push there from the KO. I don't know about that one, boss. Like, pushing all the way into mid as a defender is really risky considering how many angles you got to deal with. And eventually a couple more players will fall. Oh, the dash from Music Aficionado does not go where he was hoping it would. A couple more picks will go out. And this was a bonus round. They should have had this. Gatsu will find 3 though.
My ultimate is ready.
What are these flicks?
You need to stop. You need to stop talking about it being a bonus round for our team, because when you say that, it goes bad for them.
I am the most cursed commentator of all time, I am convinced. Both teams are gonna slap down those Killjoy ultimates, all but guaranteeing that the attackers will win a 3rd round in a row. Super Polar Bear finally finding a pick onto Gatsu, who gave them a hell of a fight though. Gatsu with 3 that round.
Yeah, Gatsu with 3, but look at Premonition right now. Gatsu and Music Aficionado, the only members of that team to have kills.
No, man.
Capital, Choi Soo-won were the top fraggers for this team in the last map. They're 3 rounds into this one, have yet to find a kill. They are struggling at the moment right now, and Grant bought an Odin.
Oh, the Odin. Ah, yes. Sova spamming that wall with an Odin is a time-honored tradition ever since Ascent was added to this game. That has been the Odin spot. He won't be in position to take advantage of it now. Well, I got the Odins mixed up. He will be in the position to take advantage of it. They'll just be spamming, assuming somebody's on the other side. And they are, but they're a little further away than you were hoping. Spamming through that wall. The spike is down towards A site, kind of hinting that that's where they're going to be preferring to push. Flash goes out there. Lots of peeking down mid right now. Grant is going to find Music Aficionado. And I think he knows that Choi Soo-won is in or near market with very low HP, but he's just pushing through very aggressively right now. He's in a really, really nice spot to potentially find a pick onto somebody walking through, trying to get to A site. Both Sovas about to run into each other. Grant will find the pick. Greninja falls.
Spike planted. My ultimate is ready.
And I'm pretty sure he knows that there's also one more player who's on B side.
Yeah, 2v4 right now. Numbers and health advantage in the favor of with Rizz here. Choi Suwon does make themselves known. They're going to be pretty much kind of cornered here, only leaving it up to this Killjoy right now for them as they are coming back to him. And Killjoy throwing in some bullets there, but Grant takes him out.
Choi Suwon needed Gatsu to get that kill. Now he absolutely cannot defuse this spike. There's no way he can push through all of this in time. There's no way he can push there, get all the picks he needs, and then defuse. So this is a 4th round now. Wow.
Choi Suwon, for some reason, running towards the spike as it blows up.
That's a good play.
That's
a good play. No. Because he dies there, he gets more money. You get more money when you die. So now he can afford to buy a rifle. See, he only has 350 left over. If he didn't do that, wouldn't have a rifle this round.
Okay, but let's just look at some stuff we saw last game here. The 5th round was pretty much the turning point for this Premonition team. However, it was 3-1 going into the 5th round. This time it's 4-0. They are still struggling. Greninja, Capital, still no kills. Only time we see their name in the kill feed is because they've been killed. Now, 4 of the 5 members going A. Already 1 taken out as Music Aficionado Capital find Hagel. That's a great start for this Premonition team.
Good opener, finally for them. A couple players will fall, but the attackers still got a couple of ultimates to work with. With Rizz, with that teleport, and the Blade Storm. Oh, but Super Bori Burr goes down to Gatsu as well. A 2v5, make it a 2v4 as Capital falls, but oh, this is gonna be a hard one. Hard round to scavenge. Although, as I say that, Delirious finds the pick onto their opposing number. Both jets, not both jets. One jet down, the other still up. Blade Storm in play, but I doubt you use it here. In fact, I kind of doubt they aggress too hard here. It would make a lot of sense if they just saved these rifles for next round, but I think they're hoping to aggress onto A a little bit here.
I think they're trying to maybe bait Premonition here into thinking we're slowly rotating towards this B site as you see Super Polar Bear and the Jet here slowly walking towards A site right now. They do have their ultimates ready to go here if they want to use them. But 20 seconds left to go. They're just desperately trying to hear if anyone is rotating towards B.
The B teleport to see if anybody's back site. They have to. There's 12 seconds. They gotta smoke heaven and they gotta run onto site right now. They have to get this plant. They know exactly how to do it. The recon dart's gonna go out. They're gonna know where everybody is. I don't know if they have the time to play it. They do! No, they don't! Oh! The timer expires just barely in time! Just barely with under 4 seconds. They get the plant down. They'll get 300 extra credits for their entire team, but they will lose the round.
That recon...
Keep rifles, though.
Yeah, that recon arrow, though, coming out there from Greninja. Even though they have no kills, they have themselves at least a round win because of Greninja. That recon dart came out and just stopped the plant, showed them where they were, and that was a great little play there for them. It secured them at least 1 round here. But Grant, again, bought an Odin. They have some money here, so they have a lot to play with. Not teasing B with it, actually looking straight down mid.
Down mid with an Odin. Not a play you see very often, but who am I to judge? Gonna be spamming a wall somewhere along that. I heard that Odin rumbling in the distance. Somebody's tapping that orb repeatedly as well. Music Aficionado knows damn well somebody's nearby. Just gonna keep tapping it. Trying to bait out anybody. The orb will finally be collected, I believe. But eventually, Delirious Dev knows that this is clear now. They've cleared out this entire thing. Killjoy, though, is on back site. That turret's gonna spot anybody who peeks out onto the into B main. Gatsu. Excuse me, Gatsu. Gonna be sitting here just waiting for that moment.
Yeah, but
Drone
now
goes out.
With Rizz taking this incredibly slowly at the moment, They need to make some noise here somewhere. The Delirious sitting on B might be the person you're going to be looking at here. However, you might get the Killjoy at mid, get some shots there, but doesn't take any damage. But now you see the majority of them kind of sitting around mid. I imagine they're going to be going towards B at this point.
I think that's the only option for them, realistically. The problem is the Killjoy. Gatsu has a lot of utility down between them and the site, but it doesn't matter! Delirious Dev is gonna find the headshot almost immediately. They have to get this plant down. Sub 10 seconds, and it will eventually go down. Grant is off-site with an Odin. The plant will go down. A couple players are going through market right now. It is a 2v3 retake. Choisu 1 and the Jet are alive. Headshot coming out from Choisu 1. 3 kills on the round for him. Music aficionado, backside mid, the null command activated. No abilities for you, says the KO. And eventually Hegel!
One enemy
From
remaining.
market will find both!
What a round there, even with no abilities. Sometimes your best ability is just going to be your gun or your aiming abilities there. And they proved it there. 5-1 now. Rizz really showing why they picked this map here at the moment. And, you know, it's been a complete almost just scoreboard swap for them. Super Bori Bear and Polar Bear sitting at the bottom while Grant and Delirious sitting at the top for them. And still, going into round 7, we still have one person who has yet to get a kill. Greninja, though, but I still have to say Greninja is probably the only reason they have a round win. I have to say this, no, Greninja is really the only reason they have a round win at this moment. If they do not get that recon dart out, they probably are down 7 or 6-0 right now.
No, it's very true. You do not lie. However, there's gonna have to be a miracle if they want a second round here. They are in a complete shambles by right now. I don't think I saw a single rifle. I'm pretty sure they're entirely reliant on this Blade Storm from Aficionado right now. Yeah, they've got one SMG. Gatsu has a Stinger.
Capital has a Sheriff, and yeah, like you see, a Music Aficionado here popping their ultimate, looking for anyone at the moment. But with Rizz doing what they do best, kind of just playing it slow right now.
Like I said, they are reliant on this Blade Storm this round. It needs to find value. It is the strongest weapon on the side of the defenders right now. And right now, it kind of looks like another B site attack. The Killjoy utility is still down on B site, just in a very different spot this time. 30 seconds remaining. Gatsu with this Stinger.
Get out of my
Just
way.
about the only thing they can really do here. Capital will fall. Hagel will find Choisu 1. And Greninja finally getting their first kill of the game. Delirious Dev goes down,
One
but
enemy
he gets
remaining.
traded out.
Spike
Gatsu
planted.
falls. It is just down to Music Aficionado with this Blade Storm. The recon dart is going to prevent them from pushing up. The spam damage is going to come through that wall. 51 health in a dream. And a couple of knives. But it won't be enough. And with Rizz is going to take their 6th round.
Just dominant so far throughout this entire half. Like, you see their economy absolutely in healthy at the moment.
Looking like the
Premonition,
economy in real life right now.
it depends on who you're asking.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Premonition might be that other person who you would be talking to.
Yeah. Fair
But
enough.
they do full buy out here. Everyone has a Phantom and full armor, so a
There.
lot to go into this one for Premonition. They should be looking to try to get their first or
Oh my
their
God.
second round win here.
Look at them playing super aggressive here, though. They know that They knew somebody was there, and they still lose a player pushing into 1. But they know everybody else is on B site. Nobody's on A. They can push safely. It's the freest plant of their lives. And now
Spike
they
planted.
have to push. They have to retake this extremely quickly. 3v4.
All
no
three.
ults. I mean, they have a couple ults they could use. Oh no! That was a fantastic shot from Capital. And that ultimate is going to provide them a lot of flexibility. Well, it would have if he hadn't teleported right there. Hegel will eventually fall. There's a couple players still on the site. 2 versus 2 now, though. Delirious Dev. And, oh my word.
One enemy
That was a
remaining.
recon bolt from Grant. It's a
Last player
1v1 on point. I don't think there's time. And even if there was, there's still a man on the site with an Odin. The explosion will catch up to
We are
you,
strong because we are
but
together.
your economy is
Don't forget
fine. You
that.
can buy another. 7-1.
Grant just popping off this game. And, you know, the map pick really showing out right now with Rizz. 7-1. 4 more rounds left in this half. And, you know, 11-1 right now could be what they're looking at here. I mean, again, you see Premonition here having to go into a very little bit of an econ mode here. Other than Capital buying that Vandal, just they've struggled immensely so far. Maybe this is a very attacker side map here. I just don't know that.
I would like to point something out real quick. That death right there from Super Polar Bear was Super Polar Bear's second death of the entire game. That is the second death. Keeping your Omen alive consistently is one of the most important things in a composition like this, because the Omen allows so much. What's the word I'm looking for? Distraction. Oh, that was a bad time. Really bad time to lower your guard. Capital with the ace in the economy round. Whoa!
Capital, the only one to actually buy a rifle there for them, or an AR at least. Bought that Vandal, made it worth the purchase there. An ace to keep them, or to get them at least one more round this half. The economy, though, still on the side of with Rizz here. You see a person coming out with the Judge, which is an interesting. Actually, nope, they go to a Vandal. I would love to have seen the Judge, but, you know, sometimes fun's not allowed. But at the moment... At the moment, still 7-2 with Rizz, even with losing that round, doesn't really have to worry about anything else here. And I wonder if we're going to see these aggressive plays come out here from Premonition. You do see Capital kind of teasing up mid, and you do see the Jet there just looking at that mid peak from B.
Oh. Once again, we've seen Grant narrowly avoid that. Oh, the recon dart gets avoided. Grant finds Greninja. And now B-side is free, unbeknownst to them. The drone goes out. The smoke is in market. They know damn well nobody's gonna stop this plant. And once again, it's a retake scenario.
And they have been really good whenever they plant the bomb here on B. But Super Polar Bear loses a gunfight here early. Hagel able to get a trade, but Hagel loses a trade right back from Capital.
3-2. This retake is very scary, but very doable. Bit of a raise back side!
Enemy remaining.
And you lowered your gun at just the wrong time. It's a 1v1. Super Bori Burr going up against Capital. Capital, the hero of last round, with the ace in an eco. Can he close it out again? Super Bori Burr, full health, but the headshot ignores all of it, and they'll get the defuse. 3-7. They're bringing it back ever so slightly.
Round by round here, that's all Premonition needs to do. Try to get as many rounds as they can back. 5-7 is the goal at this point for them. That would be the same score that went in the halftime of the last map right now, because you have to remember, Premonition, one map went away from winning this tournament overall, and you see with Rizz here going for a timeout. This is a smart timeout from with Rizz. They absolutely need this here as they started to fall off in these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, the momentum is starting to falter. I feel like it's partially my fault because I pointed out that Super Polar Bear had only died once, and then they immediately died like first in the next 2 rounds. I am genuinely the most cursed commentator of all time. I would like to apologize to with Rizz for this, but either way you slice it, they are losing momentum right now. They need to slow down and find a way to recoup, because if they don't, this is gonna start looking really bad.
Yeah, about 20 seconds left in Rizz's timeout here, and this is the first time that really their economy not necessarily the best here. If they completely buy out and lose this round again, they're really going to struggle going into the next round. So you have to consider Rizz here might try to do a little bit of an eco round, but you already do see 3 of their players have bought out completely. Super Polar Bear gonna probably buy that full armor there. Grant and Delirious do have the money to buy an AR. Grant gonna stick with the Odin here though.
I mean, the Odin has gotten you far, Grant, but I feel like it's a little bit of a risky maneuver right now. If you lose this round, you have nothing. You go into this round with 450 credits. It's a risk for sure, but if it pays off, then oh boy, you're in a really good spot.
Yeah, but Super Polar Bear finds the
God.
first. Yo, music aficionado on up.
Yeah, he buys an op there. That's a strange round to buy it up, but hey, I'm with it. The Hunter's Fury gonna come out, be dedicated entirely to destroying this lockdown. Exactly what I was pointing out in the first map. But the plant is gonna go down essentially for free. That lockdown was entirely a bait. B site is where the attackers go. The plant goes down. And it's a 3v4 retake, but we've seen this in several rounds. And it's gone either way.
Grant here just trying to get some recon. Does knows 2 over there, so he knows where 2 of the 3 members of this Premonition team are at the moment.
Grant
taken out.
One has just suppressed 2 players with that knife, but it won't matter. Greninja finds Delirious Death, but other than that, 2 players will survive. Going into the last round, their economy is just fine.
Yeah, they'll be able
looking to make this a 9-3 half.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they need going into the defense side here, but they'll be able to buy out completely. Grant gonna have to settle with sadly a Vandal here, but both teams completely bought out, other than Troy Suwan and Music Aficionado, who did have to buy light shields here, but both teams all have ARs here, so pretty even round coming into this one, if you ask me.
It's very even right now. Capital making a very aggressive play. We've seen this a couple times, but there's so many angles to clear here. There's so many players! And Delirious Death is the first to fall. Super Polar Bear has a very good idea of where Capital is, but will choose not to aggress. The spike is still safe in B main. Silva gonna be pushing forward. They have to be so careful now. Losing their jet that early is a really, really bad sign.
Yeah, and honestly, losing that jet early, bad sign. They did have, I believe they had their ultimate ready to go there, so they do lose an ult that they could have used in this last round here, but still, you do see the Omen of Super Polar Bear still holding on to that bomb towards B right now, but slowly walking towards mid to regroup with the rest of their team.
Recon Dart goes out. We'll scan 2. They know a couple players at least are in mid. They know the Omen and the Silva. Smoke goes out. KO can safely peek this. If anybody pokes through, they're surely dead.
30 seconds left.
And with 30 seconds left, they know damn well not to push that. Market wouldn't be a really good path for them to take anyway. They smoke off tree. They smoke off heaven. It's time to commit to the site here. The no command out from the defenders though. All players suppressed. Very few abilities in play. The spike is gonna go down. Not yet, it won't. The Molotov in play. A couple players will fall. The spike carrier goes down, and with less than 4 seconds, they can't plant. They have to frag, and they won't. 8-4 half.
Just a smart play overall coming out there from the Premonition side. The best scenario they could have got there, 4-8 going into the next half. But like I said, they played that incredibly smart. The utility pieces they had on that A site, they were hoping that they would rotate through to A, and they got their wish there. It was a 5v4 going into it, and the numbers advantage really did help them out there.
That was awesome. that was an absolutely awesome half. Just blow for blow, it felt like. They started to figure it out at the end there. Premonition's figuring it out. They're doing it. But oh man, going forward, this is gonna be great. I am so excited for this half.
Hey, but Rizz here does have that 4-round cushion, so you don't necessarily want to say Premonition has all the momentum going into this one. That 4-round cushion that Rizz does have right now, they need to play it into their advantage.
Oh, that's a really bad start though. Super Polar Bear going down immediately is really unfortunate. They know somebody's in mid though. Grant is gonna find music and Capital. Good placement of the alarm bot, tipping off Grant, the Heaven player, to this positioning, and now it is a 3v4. You lose your Omen, but then off of one heroic play, 2 more fall. This orb gets collected through the wall. Hegel cannot pressure it with this ghost. It won't be enough. looking up. Choi Soo-won looking into market. It's just not gonna be enough here though. 2 versus 4 now. Couple ghosts in the hands of the attackers. The spike in the Killjoy's possession.
30 seconds left.
And you see these two members for Premonition here. They are fully committing to B at this point. No way they can get to A. You do have one member of Rizz there kind of sitting on A. But Gatsu able to find Grant. They no!
Spike down B.
The spike carrier goes down! Disaster for Greninja. He has to clutch, but he will not! The pistol round goes the way of with Rizz. And now they haven't the economy advantage. They have what they need. And this could potentially be a 10 round. A 10th one round rather. Right here, right now.
Yeah, and like you kind of said, every time that we see Rizz win that first round, they sort of, you know, buy out in the second round. However, we're seeing some marshals come out from them, which is interesting coming out from Super Polar Bear and Hagel. We're also seeing, I believe that's a Phantom and a Spectre and a Stinger, so a wide variety of weapon choices here. But look at this. Whatever the hell the team name is, bought out here, but Grant able to take out Choi Soo-won early.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Premonition gonna be, oh man, playing a very aggressive attack this round. They're gonna lose one, but they will trade out Initiator for Initiator, KO for Sova. And now, a couple players in heaven, the door is closed. Anybody who goes through there has to make their presence known immediately. Couple Omens, very similar positions here. Delirious Death will fall, Gatsu. And Music Aficionado will be next. Oh my, it's trade for trade! And now it's just Super Polar against 2. And it will not be enough! You buy a Phantom that round, but it doesn't go the way you wanted. And breaking the pattern we normally see, the second half starts 1-1.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think with Rizz expected to see Premonition sort of actually buy out that round, force a buy.
Oh.
They did not expect to see Stingers, as most of them did have light armor, and Stingers just don't necessarily care about light armor in my experience with them here, and it worked out exactly how they wanted it to. And now you see with Rizz here going into a full eco round here. So, yeah, some of them might have bought, I believe one bought a Marshall, and I think one bought a Stinger, but other than that, I think I saw just pistols buys from them.
For sure, it's once again a very aggressive push onto the A site here. A couple players will fall on both sides, but the trades are in favor of Premonition as it stands. The spike has been planted. The door is no longer in play. Capital is pushing aggressively through here. Spots out Super Polar Bear. Feels like everybody is low in this 3v3. The smoke going out. Very dangerous for the attackers. Turrets, both in play, one will fall, and eventually Super Polar Bear will win that Omen duel.
Remaining.
And Gatsu will fall as well. The defuse starts to go down. It is just Greninja underneath the site of the Phantom, and it'll be enough! In the 1v3 clutch from hell! Greninja will secure the 6th round for Premonition.
Wouldn't really call it the 1v clutch from hell there, because Greninja was in a good spot and no one else really noticed where they were there. You saw everyone kind of focusing on, you know, A main instead of checking under, you know, heaven there, and it worked out for Greninja perfectly. There now 6-9, and a very nice score there. But you know, at the moment, Premonition finally getting some foothold in this one. First time they won 2 rounds in a row here. So let's see if they can continue this momentum here now.
Oh man, this is extremely exciting. These rounds are going very, very quickly. Very aggressive plays from the side of Premonition, but this time around it won't be nearly as aggressive. Especially considering your most aggressive character is out of the picture immediately. With Music Aficionado down, you have to play so much more careful. And with Capital down as well, Grant with such a fantastic pick. No intel, by the way, on that push. That was very brave from the Omen. And now, you are in a very rough position. Gatsu is by himself with the spike on B side. What is this? And Choice One's dead too.
Last player standing.
Oh my god.
Gatsu in a very, very tough situation, but they're able to find Delirious. But now that intel for the rest of with Rizz, they let them know where he is, and Gatsu kind of in a bad spot right now.
30 seconds left.
This is unwinnable. I'm gonna be entirely real with you here. This is unwinnable. Gatsu, your option is save the rifle, and that's what you should do. Straight up, save the rifle. If you can go into next round without having to buy it, fantastic. But do not lose this rifle. Grant's gonna push up a little bit. There's 11 seconds left. They know he's nowhere near A site.
Scanning ahead.
Yeah, he's around the corner. He's safe. He's safe.
Grant so badly just wants to try to push up there.
Oh, no.
They spot them out. Gatsu now gonna start running away for their life here. However, we're gonna see one member poke. Super Burry Bear gets taken out. That's not what you want to have happen.
It's okay though. It's okay. You had the econ advantage anyway. Everybody can still get rifles because of this handy little mechanic called buying guns for your teammates.
Yeah.
But armor is still rough. This is this is slightly rough for the side of Premonition. Meanwhile, on the other team, with Rizz has everything they need. Super Roiver doesn't buy a gun because they have the ultimate to work with. Delirious definitely the first call anyway. Okay. Choice One fights two? Very aggressive defensive push there. And it will be punished.
Enemy remaining.
Capital gonna find a couple picks there as well. It's down to Grant with the Odin in heaven. And I don't think it'll be enough. Greninja plants. The bomb goes down. Music Aficionado seals up the 7th round win.
Here.
That was impressive.
Let's go.
On a buy like that was impressive.
Yeah, it really was. 7-10 now. I believe we saw the score last game as well, but I believe we also did see Premonition win those last 3 rounds there. Now, with Rizz has to try to do that here. They do have, they do have the scoreboard advantage. However, economy advantage not in their favor. A little bit of an eco round coming out here, except for Super Boriber, who decides that they are going to be buying out here. Actually, nope, they changed their mind on that. And I think with them changing their mind there, they didn't buy anything other than, I think, light armor.
Once again, we're seeing a very aggressive attacking push onto A site. Not a huge surprise here, but either way, the drone is going to be pushing out, clearing tree. They know, or at least they think nobody's there. Raise in that position. The null command is out. Abilities are no longer in play, and the door goes down. Choice One pushes through the door, but obstacle back to the other side. Spike goes down, and Choice One is going to be the first to find a pick here. This is starting to snowball. This is looking worse by the second for the side of with Rizz. Their map pick, they look so good on attack, but on defense, they've given up too many rounds, and now they've brought it within 2.
Yeah, this is definitely an attacker's side map here with Rizz. needs to be smart here. I would say maybe one more round of a little bit of an eco buy here and before you try to go back into it, but you're going to see them full buy out here. Only, a couple players here do have some money that they will be carrying over into next round. However, look at Premonition's here economy. Very, very strong. Full armor bought out by everyone. ARs for everyone as well. Grant gonna rock still with the Odin here. They've been rocking with it all game, so I'm not surprised they bought it again.
With Rizz also has ultimates to work with, Girl points out. The only one they don't have is this Raze rocket launcher that I don't remember the name of. So they've got a lot of tools in their kit right now. They have the lockdown, but obviously that gets hard countered by the opposing Hunter's Fury. So it'll be interesting to see if they opt to use anything here. Maybe the teleport for a little recon play potential? I don't know. Like, Capital is on the site. Delirious Dev is going to be the first to find a pick, and it's going to be with a Spectre.
Yeah, but look at this. With that pick there, you see some of the members for Rizz kind of rotate towards A. There's no one on B right now, so Choice One wants to go plant this spike. They easily could.
Knight finds Capital though! Spamming through that smoke, I believe. I'll find it. Choice1, they know exactly where he is. It's a 3v3. Couple of recon darts being thrown out. There's a lot of intel here.
30 seconds left.
They need to capitalize quickly. This is a very, very important round. The defender's killjoy will go down, and there will not be a Hunter's Fury to counter it. Super Warrior Bird will find Choice1, and they just need to play patient. They need to play patient, or they can just frag, I guess. They'll get the defuse. They'll get round 11. He'll threaten the grenade. He actually threw it.
Luckily, there's no team damage in this game, unlike...
Oh, there is.
Oh, well, I'm an idiot.
With that ability, there is. With guns, there is not. With abilities, there are, I believe.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm an idiot. But that was such a key round there with Rizz. They desperately needed that one there. It gives them a little bit of an economy here to those players that did die. You see Super Polar Bear on the bottom of the board here. They were top fragging for their team last game. Super Polar Bear and Grant picking up the slack, though, this one. But, again, winning one more round is all you really want to do here. Get yourself on game point. Then, you know, you could kind of relax a little bit. Yeah, you want to try to win as fast as you can, but after that, you can slowly relax. Yeah, you can let a round go. But 4 of the 5 members of Premonition going towards the A site right now.
They send out the boombot, so they know at least somebody's on B site, but it's the Omen. This character can just teleport to the other side of the map whenever he wants. Doesn't look like they'll be choosing to use that ability right now, though. Delirious Dev gonna be poking out into mid very aggressively. The dash is active, and Dev, they're probably just gonna have to dash back into tree, I think, if they use it at all. I think it might have run out, but either way, Super Polar Bear with this classic gonna be pushing up into this little cubby, but no, gets caught out. Greninja will find that pick, but that recon guard shows exactly where they all are! And through the smoke, Grant finds 2! Absolutely massive, bringing this to a 3v3. They'll have to retake, but it's so much more doable off the back of that.
Yeah, but the spike gets planted here. 2 members in a very good spots right now. You see the Omen, actually, for Premonition here. Slowly, Capital slowly just sneaking around. Capital here. Capital have a sight on 2.
They have no idea! Hegel with the good flick, though. Equalizes. It's a 2v2, but Music Aficionado in the back line will find a couple more headshots at range. And 2 players will live. 9 to 11. This is to the wire, Dex.
Yeah, and honestly, I would not be surprised if we see an overtime here. Remember, if Premonition's able to come back here and win this map, the series ends there, and they're the champions of this tournament. But with Rizz, 2 round wins away from forcing a map 3. That's their goal at the moment, and they can see them. But look at this right now, with Rizz actually going to kind of go into a little bit of an eco round here. Buckies and Marshals for them, and I believe 1 Sheriff as well. So they're going to try to play this very defensive here.
You say defensive, but this Rizz is pushed up pretty far. Should be looking for this Omen. Very possible they fall. Oh, that was almost a kill onto the Rizz. The Rizz is so far up right now. The Rizz is so far up right now. The TP comes through. They know exactly where she is. Eventually, goes back here. The flash goes out. They are down mid. Oh, these shots, they're scary.
Yeah, but right now, we're seeing Premonition take
a
little bit slow, but Grant just pokes his head out a little bit too early there, and that's going to be the go by, and they're going to be rushing onto the A site now.
That is the sign to go. The null command is out. Choice1 finds Super Bori Bird. And it is a 3v5. This is exactly what you wanted. Hegel will find Choice1 and get a rifle for his trouble. But it's still a tall order to take down the remaining players. Music Aficionado will find Hegel in trade. Super Polar Bird knows they're there. Almost whiffs. But eventually we'll find Music Aficionado. There's a player in hell. A player on the back of the site. And
One enemy
running up into
remaining.
heaven. Capital will find Pix. And secure the 10th round. 10 to 11. We are within 1 round.
But here we go into round 22 now. You're going to see Rizz here fully buy out. And this is a round, again, like that round 2 rounds ago where they wanted to make it 11-9. They need this round here to desperately keep their hopes alive, because honestly, they lose this one here, they are just putting Premonition in the driver's seat. They will have no economy after this round.
It's crucial. They gotta secure this, and it has to be decisive. 11-10. It is so dead even right now. It is so ridiculously scary. They need this, and Grant will be the first to fall. Oh, that is a really bad sign. You take out the turret, exclusively the turret with that boombot, and you know they're pushing aggressive because you know this. They're gonna pop the rocket, not gonna find anybody, but it gets real close to taking out.
Capital though does fall, evening out 4v4 now.
The flash goes out on the point. Glory Burn is here. Will get caught out. Choice one. Trade it out. The Killjoy is blinded! And won't find the kill on the Super Polar Bear. Music aficionado trades onto the opposing Killjoy.
Player standing.
And will eventually find another pick. It's a 1v1. It is Delirious versus Greninja, and the winner will be Greninja. It is 11-11. We are even.
A comeback in this one here. I believe it was 7-1 at one point in this game. Now it's 11-11. Premonition has just kept up now. Once they got those couple rounds towards the end of their defensive half there in that first half, they just came alive. They have only dropped 3 rounds this entire half right now, and like I said, Rizz desperately need to win that last round because their economy is now in shambles at the worst possible point in this game.
This is disastrous. This is absolutely disastrous for with Rizz. This is their map pick. They were up 8-4 in the first half, and now it is 11-11, and they have nothing in the way of weaponry. Delirious Dev already taking a lot of damage. The Omen is on B site for free. And Choisu 1 has found the first pick. Grant is dead. Hegel is forced back. Delirious Dev is next to fall. It is all falling apart for with Rizz. Premonition looks so good.
And everyone for with Rizz right now on that A site. It's a free bomb plant on B for Premonition here. And 5v3, everything is just looking at Premonition right now. We were able to see one trade be traded out there, but it's still 4v2.
It's 4v2, and Music Aficionado has the information. Hegel's in trouble, will fall! It is just on Super Polar Bear. I don't know if they're super enough for this one though, Dex. They've got a sheriff, they're stuck in market, and Music Aficionado will hunt them down. It is map, series, and tournament point.
Yeah, but right now, if you are with Rizz, yeah, everything has been terrible this half, but one round, win this one round, it goes to overtime, and guess what? Everything is even after that. Just win this one round here. Just play it smart. Honestly, if they try to do something that they haven't done yet, I don't know if that's the right thing here, but I could be wrong. Maybe trying to rush down mid here because you see 2 people just immediately staring down mid for Rizz.
Very risky play here. One of those people looking down mid has the operator in play. For now, just used to take out the Killjoy turret, but next up, you've gotta find use for this operator. You've gotta find a way that this finds value. The attackers will use their lockdown. The defenders will use one in response. There's almost no avoiding this. If you're an attacker on site right now, a Music Aficionado will be the first to fall. Grant falls down next. They're forced to back away because of the lockdown. But the attacker Killjoy detains 2 players. At least for now, they are stuck, but they are freed at last.
However, a huge pick there from Super Polar Bear, able to find I believe the Sova out for Premonition there was huge. I mean, the Omen there was huge for them.
What?
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
it's two!
Spike down A.
And Super Polar Bear might have just made the most heroic play of the entire game, finding a double kill exactly when his team needed it. We are at 12-12. It is overtime, baby.
Switching sides.
This is exactly like I said. With Rizz, all they need to do, win one round, and then you go to pretty much a dead even thing from here on out. They're gonna be starting on the attacking side here. This was a good side for them, but it's been a good side for every attacking team so far. Spike currently looking like they want to go B with it. That was always their bread and butter site. However, whenever they got the first kill, it normally worked out in their favor here. But just with Rizz, they have been down, honestly, down bad these last 5 rounds. Able to just win that final round there of round 24 to force this overtime. Now we go into an overtime here. It's anyone's game. And, you know, you're looking at Premonition. Win 2 rounds, you're the champions. Rizz, win 2 rounds, you force a map 3.
And it could go a lot longer than 2 rounds, Dex. It's going to go back and forth. And both of these teams have proven that they're definitely more comfortable on the attacking side. Super Polar Bear will find the first pick. And down goes Capital next.
Super Polar Bear.
Satchel out.
Super Polar Bear coming alive here late. They've struggled all game after top fragging in this last one. They have came alive at the perfect time for their team.
Absolutely. Oh, very nearly finding Delirious Death. The doors will go down, but Greninja evens it up. 2 picks is massive. Especially right down mid. Gonna open this door back onto the site. Greninja playing from market. Dev has to be so safe. The spike is with the Omen on B site. They might have time to go back to A, but the turret will inform them if they do. There's a couple players. 1 player moving back towards the A site. 1 player on B.
30 seconds left.
Market, and they're rotating over to A. They think this is a rotate.
But Greninja's still here.
It's just a Sova.
I mean, at some point, you're going to have to see Rizz here just go for it. 15 seconds. They need to go now.
They've smoked everything they need to. They're onto the site. They have the free plant. They're rotating back. Greninja does not have the denial.
Spike planted.
Spots out Hegel very briefly, but will not find a pick. Everybody's back. It's still that 3v3. Delirious Death backside. So's Hegel! Not much longer, though. The trade is out. It's a 2 versus 2. 1 versus 1. Gatsu and Delirious Death, and Gatsu will find it! The shots come through. And they will find the 13th round, putting them once again on tournament points.
Yeah, and honestly, right there, Delirious needed to be a little bit smarter there. Yeah, you're in a very awkward spot in that back site, but you need to try to play time there. Gatsu was gonna check every corner there. Yeah, they probably knew you were back there, but just try to buy out as much time as you can. So if they do kill you, you know, maybe you played the time just long enough that the spike would still have won you the round. But now, defense has to be what wins you championships here for Rizz. Yeah, they didn't win that last round, but it needs to keep them alive here.
Economy is no longer a factor. Ultimates are only a factor if somebody pops off or grabs an orb. It is all down to your fundamental skills of the game, your teamwork, your gunplay, your ability usage, and so far Capital has the edge in one of those departments, finding the first pick. Hegel will answer back, Music Aficionado will fall, but Gatsu has a free spike plant. And now, it's dire straits. Super Polar Bear will find Capital though. So it is a 3 versus 4, and the retake is very possible.
Yeah, they have to. This has been a spot where Greninja has popped off before. This Rizz team needs to know. They're checking it. So now
they know. They completely know. They're just gonna spam them. 3v2. They know one's backside. They've smoked it off. Flashes go through. Gatsu and Choisu are the only ones left. It's just Gatsu now. Blinded. 30 HP. By himself in a corner. They know he's here. It won't be enough. They have to defuse. I don't know if there's time. This is over.
Last player
the 14th round. It goes their way.
Win.
And in the end, They've done it! With Rizz will fall on their map pick, just barely. And Premonition will take the Tranquility GG off-season Valorant tournament.
A lot of
Oh my god.
a lot of clutch plays came out there on that last map and on that last round there. Played time perfectly. Yeah, they lost the battle. They had all 5 members of their team fall first, but hey, guess what? They played time perfectly and were able to get the bomb or the spike to play to their advantage there. Premonition there, a great tournament for them. Congrats on winning it overall. It was just such a comeback for them. You have to be excited for them. That was a great comeback.
Absolutely it was. I was really hoping to see a map 3 personally. Not because I was biased towards either of the teams, just because I like to see series go the distance, but I can't complain, man. That was a banger through and through. The Pearl was so close despite having such a drastically different score line, and that Ascent, man, so good. So well played on both sides. That was awesome. I'm super happy to have been here tonight.
Yeah, but we also, one thing before we say our final words, the giveaway winners, we have 2 tonight. So I'll announce one, Ged, you'll announce the other. So the first giveaway winner is Train TFT here. Congrats to you.
Yay! Congratulations, Train TFT. And the other winner of a $25 Riot gift card is Black Tabla Fan 69. Woo! Well done. Both of you, congratulations. Enjoy your Valorant skins, I guess. But with that, that's it. That's the Valorant tournament. It's over. It's done. It's dusted. It's been a blast. Real quick, just wanted to say thank you again to Tranquility for having me and Dex on. I know me personally, I've really enjoyed my time here at Trank. Everybody here is amazing. Shoutouts to Laggy for production and observing tonight. You did a fantastic job, my man. And I've been Gedster.
And I have been Dextron. I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna continue it there, man. I never necessarily said anything. I'm so sorry. I have been Dextron. This has been something tonight. Sign us off, man.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Good night.